Another mystery is that we had what I call wet deserts. They're dry areas now, or semi-arid areas that during the Ice Age were much wetter. And they had huge lakes, big rivers. For instance, in the southwest United States, we had about 36 lakes during the Ice Age. Some of them were large, whereas now we got little tiny shriveled up lakes in the Great Basin and Death Valley. For instance, where Great Salt Lake exists right now, Great Salt Lake is an average of 12 feet deep. But where it exists now, we had a lake 800 feet deep called Lake Bonneville. That was 8 times the area of Great Salt Lake. And we also had Lake Russell in the Owens Valley, and we had Lake Manly, which is about 600 feet deep in Death Valley. We had a big lake 600 feet deep. How did these lakes get there? The uniformitarians have lots of trouble getting even decent precip during the Ice Age to get an ice sheet. How are they going to get it in the dry areas? And we know that during the Ice Age, these lakes grew because Lake Bonneville grew at least 300-400 feet and overtopped the Red Rock Pass in southeast Idaho and cut the pass down about 350 feet and caused a flood for 8 weeks in southern Idaho on the Snake River. It's called the Lake Bonneville flood. So these lakes actually rose, and they were associated with the Ice Age because 2 of these lakes have shorelines on end moraines coming out of some of the mountains. For instance, out of the Sierra Mountains, Lake Russell was about 700 feet deeper than Mono Lake, and it cut a shoreline on the end moraine. Also, southeast of Salt Lake, you had a glaciation, and Lake Bonneville cut a shoreline on that. The evidence for these lakes is tremendous. We have shorelines all over there, very distinct shorelines and raised deltas, so we know these lakes existed. And it was the same in other areas of the world. Australia had a lot of lakes. Africa had a lot of lakes. The Dead Sea had a lake in it. All over the earth where it was generally dry, we had lakes. And in the Sahara Desert and Saudi Arabia, which are very dry area now, we had evidence of lakes and big rivers. And we even have a lot of fossils of amphibious animals like hippos in the Sahara Desert during the Ice Age. And we had man lived by the thousands, and he left his cave art, tens of thousands of petroglyphs, they would be called, on rocks. How do you get this within a uniformitarian Ice Age? It's extremely difficult, if not impossible.